Hi, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher, and welcome to another edition of On the Job, the show where we talk to Phoenix employees about the work they do every day to serve the community. I'm here today at Sunny Slope Senior Center, and we don't often associate senior centers with high tech. But in Phoenix, the computer lab is an important part of our senior center experience. Joining me today is Ron Boe, User Tech Specialist. Ron,
good morning.
Thanks for being here with me. Now, you won a City Manager's Excellence Award for a project you did that was related to senior centers. Tell us a little bit about that project.
Well, as seniors want to have labs so they can check their emails, play some games, check with Facebook, maintain contact with their grandkids. So we had a senior at Shadow Mountain Senior Center lab who had vision problems, and he wanted to be able to tweak the computer so he could use it. And we had some software in there that would recycle it to a ground state when we were done. So he had to redo it all the time.
So every time he would use a computer, he wanted it to be more accessible, and every time he turned it off, it went back to the less accessible way.
Exactly.
All right. So you had to solve that problem.
Solved that problem for him. We set up a second account just for him. And when he came in, he logged on, and his settings are right there.
Now, this is part of our requirement. It's something we're supposed to do with the Americans with Disabilities Act. You had to check on that a little bit. Tell us about that process.
I got in touch with Dale in our HR, and he got me in touch with Bonnie over in our ADA office, and she advised me on what we needed to do and how to do it, and we took care of him.
And the advice was what?
Well, for the ADA law, we had to accommodate him. We didn't have to really go way out of our way, but there was a minimum level that we had to meet, and that was extremely easy to do.
And the customer was pleased with the result?
Very pleased.
And was able to use the computer like any other senior was able to?
Yes.
Great. Now, you've been with the city for how long?
17 and a half years.
Always in information technology, or what have you done with us?
Always with Human Services and always as a tech.
And you told me that you'd started out as a programmer, but that wasn't quite satisfying.
Trained as a programmer, and I had a chance to move over to that section and decided that I enjoyed being in the field, having more contact with people and more interaction with the folks than what the programmers did.
So on a daily basis, what kind of work are you doing with customers?
Printing problems, password problems, generally things break. I like to think of myself as we have all the little cogs in the city, and I'm the part of the grease that keeps them going.
That's great. Now, how often is it really a technical problem, or are you solving other things than just computers?
Technical problem seems to be always, maybe 9% of the time is a technical problem, but in general, it's the person's attitude or their demeanor. They're upset. You got to get them taken care of, calm down, and then usually the problem goes away.
So sometimes I guess we call it operator error, but you have to sort through what's operator error and what's technological.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about that. How does that satisfy you in your work?
Oh, it's a great satisfaction. A lot of times for non-technical, persons forgot their password. They're using the wrong password because we have to have password for notes, passwords for logging in, passwords for VPN at one time. So a lot of times there's too many passwords and they get confused, and you just have to calm them down, and then they will remember the right password most of the time.
So in terms of customer service, do you find that it's your approach to the customer plays a big role in how the problem gets resolved?
Oh, huge role. When I first started, we had people at the senior center who had called for a problem, and they would just be panicked because in the past, people have gotten really hard on them. So I told them, no, we're not getting on your case. This is a problem. We can fix it. We just need to do this. And it took about a year and finally got folks calmed down. So when I called up, they didn't panic because Ron was calling them.
Okay, so your customer service approach helps calm your customers down, and you can solve the problem better.
And it makes my job easier.
Ron, thank you for everything you've done, and congratulations on winning this City Manager's Excellence Award.
Thank you, sir.
If you'd like to learn more about the City Manager's Excellence Award winners this year, go to phoenix.gov. And while you're there, notice the website. It's been totally updated. For On the Job, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher.